So I haven't seen enough people or any people talking about the uh, the chart for this morning's announcement of upholding birthright citizenship. Wade Caves did a talk on this back in March, um, and I was lucky enough to be in it when he shared this, all of his research. And I, I just have to share this with people. So this is his part of his presentation, and you can find it on YouTube on the STA School of Traditional Astrology YouTube website. Just Birthright Citizenship, Wade Caves, and you'll find the whole video, and it's phenomenal. But I just want you to listen to this little section,
It's the
this
14th
part.
Amendment ratification astrology. This is the astrology for the full moon just before its ratification. And look at this. The sun is on the United States sun. We have this buildup on the ninth house cusp that really, I think, is bringing the same degrees forward, 27 degrees Cancer, all of this. Now, the nation just came out of a very violent, very challenging, very difficult period of war. And the period that comes after is called the Reconstruction because there was a lot in this country that needed to be rebuilt out of this. Okay. You can see that there's a Mars Saturn opposition on the angles, 2 degrees of Gemini in opposition to Saturn at 29 Scorpio. It's separating, mutually separating. I mean, the war is behind us only by a series of like months. This happened very quickly. It was in April that the victory happened, and then we're talking about the amendment being ratified in July. So it's 3 months later, 3 degrees separated between Mars and Saturn. But I want you to look at the signatures here. We'll recall this in a little bit, but the US Sun, this Mercury Venus position in the ninth house, the moon being in the second. So what does that, do? One of the things in mundane astrology that really stand out to me is how often the second house is associated with well, things like armies, for instance, but it really is about the resources of a nation. And so the indication that, these people who have been denied citizenship, this is the moon in Capricorn, mind you, right? So these are people who are, pushed into very difficult position, um, are now being recognized as belonging here, and now being recognized as being part of this nation. So
Okay, so now I want to show you, how do I do that? So I'm going to pull up a bi-wheel with the 14th Amendment syzygy, which is the full moon prior to the ratification of the 14th Amendment, and this morning's announcement. And look at this. Now, if you go back and you watch that video, that Wade actually predicted that they would uphold it, and he actually timed the announcement to come when Jupiter went into Leo. He said, because they usually make the announcements on Mondays, he looked at either yesterday, the 29th, or he looked at next week, the 6th, I guess, Monday the 6th. And because Monday the 6th had Jupiter in Leo, he was leaning more towards that, because he did mention in the lecture also that they sometimes do continue, like if there's a full court, then some announcements are released on Monday, and then they will announce a few on Tuesday. But he didn't pull up the chart for this for this morning, for Tuesday, June 30th. I wish he had, because he would have said this is it. This is it. But the point was that he said Jupiter going into Leo would bring about, the announcement would be when Jupiter got into Leo, and that it would be upheld. It's just fascinating to see astrology doing astrology.